everybody. My name is Vane. I'm your dungeon master, your story writer, and generally just kind of a big goober because while editing this episode, I discovered that this episode and the next episode are going to be weirdly long and kind of expositional. The next couple episodes are going to be kind of slow-moving and more talking than actual D&D playing. But I swear that the episode after that, we'll be going into the next arc, and we'll get right back to that good old-fashioned D&D. So, stay tuned. Last time on the Favoured Few.
Darla's definitely lying. They wave a hand in front of it, and you see Jacob, the tiefling, pounding at the glass. If it's a battle you want, it's a battle you'll get. You kill him so far, you blast him into the back wall like he hits his head, and he just slides down cartoonishly. A gigantic bottle behind him shakes and falls off the wall and smashes on the ground. The dragon shrinks down, and she says, "Thank y'all for rescuing me." And inside of the stone are 3 golden medallions. You all look in the direction of where the spear came, and there is 2 people standing there. As you turn, she lowers it and yells, "By the order of the Favoured Few, you 3 are under arrest."
What?
What would you guys like to do?
Can I pry that spear out of my foot?
Why are we
The spear actually transformed into the bubble, so it's not in your foot. It didn't actually do any
Alright,
damage.
so just a couple bloody
Official.
holes. Alright, can they hear us?
They can hear you, and you can hear them.
What the fuck are we under arrest for?
The woman pointedly looks at your medallion. She says, "Theft, obviously."
These were given to us. Or at least to me. They were given to us, yes.
Yeah, these were a gift.
Yeah.
Payment.
Yeah, they were.
For a reward, and they were like, "Hey, do you want these?" Like, sure, yeah.
She says, "I don't care. What I do care about is that those belong to the Order."
I mean, you can have them.
She says, "How do I know that you're not going to go steal more?"
I don't even know what this shit is.
I don't even know who the fuck you guys are.
And the orc next to her says, "Hey, Bray, I think these guys are telling the truth." And she goes, "I don't want to hear your opinion, Thomas. We are taking these to the mistress of the Order. She will deal with them." And it's kind of, you guys stop hearing what's happening outside of the bubble. It seems as though she has purposely blocked off. They can't hear you and you can't hear them anymore.
Alright. I don't fucking like this. Can we hamster ball this?
I'm gonna say you attempt to, and you kind of just walk up it, like, no, it doesn't hamster ball. As far as you can see, it's only, Bray, the sort of, bird-like woman that you see, seems to be the one controlling it.
Alright, why don't we get a good look at these medallions then?
Yeah, alrighty. Give me a second.
Well, we can't take them.
Yeah. Well, the medallions that you actually got, are pretty cool. Jamie, on your medallion, there is an image of a little 4-leafed clover. Isk, on your medallion, there is a stylized sun. And, I almost said Doug, because I keep, reading.
It's Jamie and Dog.
Yeah, Tisbury Yours has a picture of a sea turtle on it.
All right.
Yeah. There's not much for you to do in the bubble outside of looking at your medallions. Thomas and Bray, as you kind of figure out their names, they are moving you along on a journey. They are bringing you somewhere.
I'm just gonna call Bray Bird bitch for now. I don't like her.
Wow, already mean to Bray.
I don't like her.
Bubble. I don't want to. I think this is more of a character question now. How much do you guys know of city life? How well do you guys know the lay of the country and the land?
I mean, I did go around
familiar with
while.
port cities.
Port cities.
Isk knows about, probably half of the lay of the land because, traveling. They like traveling.
Specifically a port city. How many of y'all know about it?
Isk would probably.
Yeah, all of you seem to... Yeah, okay. So
you
all
fucking breathe underwater. I'm pretty sure they know what ports are like.
I don't. You can decide if you've been here before or if you just know of it. But as you're being led away, you guys realize that you are in the port city of Amaranth, which is named for its main export, which is amaranth, which is sort of like a leafy kale-like vegetable.
Right.
It's a large city bursting with culture, trading, and most importantly, adventuring. You notice it, but strangely enough, the people around you are not noticing you. In fact, they're not noticing Thomas or Bray either. You seem to all be invisible.
Wait, are we just, getting paraded along in a bubble
You're basically being,
Are we floating?
No, you are floating in this bubble next to Thomas and Bray, and they're pretty much leading you through the town.
That's fun.
You guys are getting closer and closer to the heart of the city, and you kind of move past what is kind of known as the good neighborhood, and now you're kind of in a darker, dingier part of the town. And you see a rundown magic shop in front of you, and that's where you stop. The top of it says Millie's Magics, with a cute little wand next to it. The porch is littered with just years upon years of newspapers. Clearly no one has been, picked up any of these in a very long time. And, Bray and Tomas lead you through the door. Yeah, you guys go in and you see books and all sorts of niche, sort of religious memorabilia. And then they take you behind where they take you through an employees only door. And you go down a long hallway and then a bigger door, and you go through that door and there's another hallway. Basically, this is a very convoluted house, you're starting to realize, or store. And you get to the back and you see a large circular sort of room, and they bring you inside of it. And the second that all of you guys are sort of in the area, that entire room starts to descend.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it all starts to descend, and you realize that the room is just one giant elevator. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're on the elevator for quite a long time though. It's probably 10 minutes of elevator riding. Yeah. They open up the hearing. You still can't talk to each other. You can't talk to them, but you can hear the do 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 do. Thomas is tapping his feet a little bit. Sorry, what did you do?
Middle fingers can speak enough.
Yeah, you were flipping both of them off.
Bray looks like this.
Bray looks very offended, but Thomas smiles and gives you a thumbs up.
My problem's with Bray. Thomas is okay.
Thomas seems like a fun guy.
Thomas is okay.
Good old fun Thomas. Alrighty, so you get to the bottom, and they lead you out in the big bubble. And you guys have been traveling for a really long time, and you guys seem to realize, or you guys kind of get a sense, that you've been traveling for almost an hour. And
can I get some food out of my bag?
You want to get some food out of your bag?
Oh yeah,
it's fitting because I was eating that whole time. That's why my mic was muted.
Here's the thing. You go to get food out of your bag, and as you do, the bubble pop, and all three of you land on the ground really hard and take 2 points of damage.
Fuck. Hi, I'm at half health.
I still
love
want
this.
my food.
You're still holding
go
on.
to get my food.
You still go to get your food. It's a little squished now, but what are you eating?
ration packs. Whatever's in the ration.
You're eating a Mars bar.
I'm not half full. Or you cut out first.
Yeah. I said Iska is eating a Mars bar at the bottom of their bag.
Nice.
So you guys realize that you've been dropped in front of a big, sort of like, I don't know how to explain this. You guys ever been to an amphitheater?
Yep.
Yeah, where it's basically like the two steps onto a stage and it's open.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're in front of that. Thomas and Bray are standing behind you. Bray is now holding her spear once more. And Thomas is fiddling with a knife. He's just kind of like flipping it around. And in front of you, you see three people. One is wait. Oh no, I lost the notes for this. Give me a second.
You put that thing through my foot one more time, I'm gonna have problems. Serious problems.
Okay.
Your bubble spear is really cool.
Bray says, shut up, thief.
Oh.
Still didn't steal them.
Yeah, we really didn't.
In front of you guys on the amphitheater, there is three big chairs. They're not thrones, but they're like chairs, and they're around a table. And they're on lazy boys. No, they're like, this is clearly like you see like a map on the table, so it's just some sort of like war planning room. In the chair on the left, there is a halfling man with bright red hair, and he is dressed in golden robes. Next to him in the center of the table, there is a tall human man wearing gray silvery robes. And next to him on the right side, there is a tall, beautiful tiefling woman wearing deep purple robes.
Oh, shit.
And the woman looks at Bray and says, "General, why have you dumped three people on the ground?" And Bray says, "They're thieves, ma'am. They're thieves. I caught them stealing favored medallions outside of the." She looks on her hand. She goes, "Wow, where were you guys?" And she's like, "They were in the middle of nowhere. They were at I forgot the name of the town I made. They were at Koren's Pass, if you believe it." And the halfling man says, "Koren's Pass? You mean where we hid the medallions?" And she says, "Yes, exactly. They've stolen them. And I've come..."
Actually.
Yeah, no. Didn't steal them.
The halfling man says, "You didn't steal them, and yet you're all brazenly wearing them."
They were given to us because we saved people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one before. I've heard that one before.
We did a job there. You can ask the person who hired us and the person who gave us the medallions.
All of them know we did the job.
And the man
has people again now.
The man in the gray robe says, Now, Arthur, please calm down a little bit. I'm sure that these people, had a reason for taking what they did, and I'm sure that maybe part of their story might check out." And the tiefling woman says, "I think it's best if we just ask them instead of talking about them as if they weren't here."
Real nice.
And Arthur, the golden robed man, looks a little embarrassed. And he says, "Sorry. Are you three aware of what you have?"
No, we are not.
Not really. They're cool looking medals.
Yeah, they're a little bit more than that.
Enlightened.
They're actually,
please.
Yeah, they're very religious items. And it's actually quite inappropriate for you all to have them right now. I would ask that you return them, and then allow us to cast a memory wiping spell on you so that you do not remember this encounter.
I'm cool with part of that.
Yeah,
Which
I
part?
like my memories.
Yeah, you can have it back.
Here, and the tiefling woman says, "I'm sorry, it's very scary, I know, but we literally cannot leave unless you either die or get rid of your memories. That's the two, and I know it sounds dark, but Sorry, my mom just dropped something.
Where?
You keep cutting out for me. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm
sorry.
missing parts of your explanations.
Sorry, Jamie. Here's what's going on. Basically, he's giving you two options. He says, return the medallions, and allow us to wipe your memories, or we have to kill you. Those are the two options.
Either sounds good. I'm good with, like, 1/3.
If you're gonna wipe our memories anyway, could we get an explanation as to what is going on here?
Yeah, it would be nice.
That's fair.
That
Yeah, that's fair.
the man in the gray robe says, you know what? This is gonna sound crazy. Sure. Let's just tell you guys. Rarely do we ever get to, like, say our thing, say the cool thing we've had planned. So,
All right.
I'll go ahead. And he goes to open his mouth, and Arthur cuts him off and says, so here's the sitch. Here's the thing. We are a religious organization. I'm sure that you've probably guessed that by now. My name is Arthur. The gray-robed man next to me, his name is Nero. And that tiefling woman over there, her name is Maleficent. We are the individual leaders of the Favoured Few, which I'd ask if you've heard of it, but clearly you haven't. We are a religious organization made up of clerics and warriors and all sorts of classes and races that were handpicked by their gods to be their sort of arms, or I guess gophers, pizza delivery boys. I don't know how to put it. It's much cooler than that.
You work for the gods.
We work for the gods, is what we do. Gods are rarely allowed to directly interfere in our sort of plane, so it's kind of our job to do things for them, like retrieval missions and stuff like that. And unfortunately, none of you three have been favored or picked. So God interns. We're sort of like God interns.
That's pretty cool.
Except we're really cool and have cool powers and are very accomplished, and we don't do coffee runs. And and Thomas says, well, I make coffee runs sometimes, but that's only because, like, I'm not super up on the keychain or the hierarchy or whatever.
You're close to intern level?
Yeah, I'm much closer to intern than anything else. And Maleficent says, no, Thomas, you do wonderful work around here. And he says, yeah, whatever, double latte. Seriously. And Arthur continues and he says, but yeah, we're handpicked by the gods. We're chosen as, like, sort of their favorite followers, and that's our shtick. And now that we've told you that, we have to erase your memories. I'm sorry. And Maleficent goes to raise, she's holding a big staff, and she goes to raise it, and it starts sort of glowing. And then all of a sudden, there's a blinding golden light in the room. And you see, all of you individually recognize your gods. Tisbury, you see Habakkuk. Isk, you see Pelor. And Jamie, you see Tamora. They're sort of using a kind of impression of commune. You can kind of see them all standing there. They're not really there. It's more of like, how do I say this? They're godly Skyping you, I guess.
Holograms?
They're god.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And Pelor waves and says, hello. It seems that there's been a bit of but I do want to say miscommunication. That's much better. All three of us were gonna kind of do this sort of eventually and a bit slower, but you kind of have our medals now, so I guess if this is appropriate enough time, you three have been chosen as our favored emissaries. And Habakkuk says, yes, Tisbury, I am quite impressed by everything that you do, and I am impressed by your dedication. And I've decided to make you my emissary. And Tamora says, yep, same.
I like her.
And Tamora turns to Arthur and she says, yeah, so Arthur, if you could stop everything that you just did in the last 5 minutes against my new best friend over here. Well, I shouldn't say my new best friend. We've been best friends this whole time. Come on, fist pump me, Jamie.
Oh, yeah. Straight
You kind of fist bump, but your fist goes right through her because she is Skyping you.
Guns. Nope.
Yeah, you finger gun. It's great. It's very cool. And the pillar says, anyway, you three can keep the medallions. And he turns to Arthur and says, initiate these three. Otherwise, and he makes like a, sort of like a, I'm trying to remember what it is. You know that sign where you like drag a finger against your throat?
The throat cutting.
Yeah, he does the throat cutting thing at Arthur, and Arthur gulps. And then the communication goes out. Thank you. Yeah, and so you're left with the three, and Bray and Thomas.
Right. So wiping our memories out of the thing now? Out of the picture?
Well, no shit.
Just making sure.
I like being alive. So here's the thing. You all seem to have neutral good gods, I believe. Is that correct?
I think tomorrow's chaotic good.
Yeah.
You're all in the good, sort of. That's great. Do we have any good emissaries that are open to do some tours right now, Arthur? She says. And Arthur replies, "No, all my people are busy." And Thomas puts his hand up and he goes, I'm right here. Seriously, I am right here. And the Nero says, I'm not so sure if it's a good idea putting the evil emissary in charge of, the good tour, but I suppose it's fine. And Maleficent says, hey, Nero, just because he's on my side doesn't mean he's going to kill it. You know what? I don't want to have this conversation. It's good. She looks irritated and she says, Thomas, please guide them around the facility. And Thomas says, of course, ma'am. And he shoots a finger gun at Bray, who was looking really mad. And he guides you guys out of the main area.
All right.
You're in a big, long hallway now, with 3 doors on each side. Well, it's like a hallway, but it's got, on the left side, you have a door. On the right side, you have a door. And Thomas turns to the 3 of you and says, hey, where'd you like to go?
Do we start with the least interesting place and then go up from there? Or
that?
I think least to most interesting.
Least to most interesting. Yeah, you know what? I can do that. So he leads you down the left door, and he leads you into a gigantic... there's probably a cooler word for this, but it's a cafeteria.
Mess hall?
Mess hall. There you go.
That's appropriately fantasy-y.
Yeah, it's divided into 3 different areas. Like 3 gigantic tables. You have one that is gold, one that is silver, and one that is purple. The gold one has a G carved on it. The silver one has an N carved on it. And the purple table has an E carved on it.
So I'm guessing this is good, neutral, evil thing?
Thomas says, you got it in one?
All right.
You will be sitting over on the good table whenever eating happens, obviously, since you are all aligned with the good gods. And he puts quotation marks about good, around good. And he says, we got everything here. We serve vegans. That's pretty much the only thing cool about the mess hall is that, like, hey, you don't like meat? We got it for you. I sit over on the evil table over there, which I don't mean to, like, knock yours, but purple's a way cooler color, and I'm just letting you guys know that.
I mean, my skills are purple.
He says, yeah, I got that part, and he winks at you.
Gold's pretty decent, but purple is a nice color.
Yeah.
They're both pretty good colors.
Yeah, pretty excellent colors.
I need to know how tall everyone is, because I need to know if I'm towering over people.
Yeah, I would like to know how tall everyone is, too. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. Thomas is around 5'9", Jamie, but y'all are towering over him.
This is great.
Yeah. He says, it's really great to have a lizard folk and a dragonborn in, like, the good section for once. I'm gonna be honest. you know, it's it's cool. It's cool to see more people show up. You know, we haven't really had new recruits in a very long time, so
I mean,
it's good to meet you
considering
guys.
you were wiping people's memories, I'm not so surprised about that.
Well, usually there's like a big. Well, usually the gods are a little bit more upfront. Usually the gods are more like, "Hey, I want you to be my favored. Here's a medal. Go to this place. I'll meet you there."
For me personally, I wasn't always a follower of Palor. I kind of upon following him later in life.
Who did you follow before?
I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Semuanya?
Oh, he says he...
True neutral.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some hot advice here, a real hot take. Isk, can I call you my friend? Is that cool with you?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, here's my hot take. Don't go over to the neutral table and let that be known. People aren't so, great about side switchers here. I know for sure that particular god has a favored right now, and if they kind of, if they know that you're kind of you switched over, they ain't gonna be real good friends with you at all. Yeah, let's just watch out for that. Watch out for, what is their name? Oh, I don't know, I can't remember their name is. Tessa? I think it was Tessa. If you see a girl named Tessa, just don't do it, man. Just don't do it. And he says,
What do they look like? I don't really see anyone walking around with a name tag.
Okay, so Tessa is Tessa's a core woman. Silver skin, pointed ears. You'll know her when you see her. But that's enough of the cafeteria. It's super boring in here. Let's get you some more interesting places. And
Silver skin sitting at a silver table. Nice theme.
Sorry, what?
Silver skin and a silver table.
Yep, pretty much. There's a dog in the house, so you might hear some dog noises. So Thomas, kind of he takes off his poncho because he's indoors and he's not an animal. And by the way, you've noticed it's very warm inside. It's unnaturally warm inside the Favored Few headquarters. I don't know how any of you guys handle heat. I know humans, well, they're humans, so you're probably fine.
I'm in layers, though.
I have no fucking clue how lizard folk do it, but I'm gonna make a decision here and say it doesn't like it because water.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes pretty good sense. So he leads you out of the area, and he brings you back in the hallway, and he says, "Are you guys right door or end of the hall door? What's you want?"
Which is the more interesting?
Right door.
The right door? We'll go through the right door.
Right choice.
You go through the right door, and it's actually, it opens up to 3 more doors, again, keeping with the gold, silver, purple sort of thing. And he says, this is the way to the bunks. Basically, you open this door, you type in your name, and it'll bring you to your room. The 3 of you are new recruits, so you'll probably end up bunking together. I hope that's okay.
That's fine. I mean, as long as it's a big enough room.
That's
cool. We do have 2 people that are very big.
Yeah, don't worry. It's magic enchanted, so it'll probably fit any need you need.
You guys don't have your feet hanging off the bed or anything?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I can't bring you in there right now for later. But I did just want to tell you, how to get to your room, I guess. Let's go to the last area. Yeah, let's get into the last area. And he brings you out, and he brings you in and he opens up the door. And there is a few things going on in this room. One, you see there's a gigantic sort of pool of water in the middle. It's surrounded by stone and inlaid into the ground, so it's kind of like a pool. You see a few you see 1 or 2 people chilling in there, but it's you guys ended your sort of adventure at around, let's say 10 o'clock at night, and it took you an hour to get here midnight. So, yeah. So it's kind of late. There's not a lot of whole people out. But to the left, you just see a bunch of pool tables. This is some sort of recreational area for people just to hang out. There's a big post that has missions stapled to it.
I've got a playing card set and a dice set.
And I don't want to use a gashapon machine because does anyone have any good
Claw machine.
You know what? Screw it. We're doing a pachinko machine.
Oh my god.
It's got a pachinko machine over there. And Thomas brings you over here and he's like, this is the most important part. And I know it doesn't seem like much.
Pachinko.
Yeah, it's a pachinko machine. It's pretty great. Everyone who comes into the organization gets a godly item. And so you sort of like put your medallion in, and then you get a magical item out of it.
Alright, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah,
That's
Can you do
pretty
that now?
cool.
Can you do that now?
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna get right on that.
All right. You put your medallion at the top, and it tinks, and then it lands, and you hear a little dropping, and out comes your medallion, and like a little capsule, like a little package.
Let's do this. Alright.
Jamie, you have the God of Luck, correct?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Good luck, specifically.
Yeah, good luck. You open up the package, and it is a sort of, I don't want to say dice. I don't want to make dice an in-game thing.
I already have a dice set.
You already have dice. It's a coin. It's a really big coin.
I like it.
And basically, it's a coin that you can flip once a day, and if it lands on the side that has a happy face, or not a happy face, that's dumb. If it lands
Finger guns.
finger gun. If you land on the side that is silver, you get a natural 20 on whatever roll that you want to apply to. That's once a day. And if you land on the gold side, you do double damage once a day. This coin can only be used once a day, but if you flip it, you either get a nat 20 or double damage on whatever you want.
This is beautiful. I love this coin.
Do you want to put that away and let the other people go for it? Alrighty, for sure. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
I'll go next. Oh, never mind.
No, you first.
Okay. Thank you. I put my thing in I put the medallion in the thing.
Alrighty, it plinks, and it lands, and out comes again your medallion and the capsule.
I open up the capsule.
Inside the capsule there is a shield. It's ornate, and it kind of looks like it's like a deep sea foam green. Kind of looks like it's been carved out of a sort of precious gemstone. And on it there is a picture of a sea monster roaring, and it's really cool. And once a day, it will turn into a net 20 feet wide in both directions, and it can capture up to 3 enemies.
That's fun.
Yeah. The enemies cannot be any, like, basically how it works is, it can capture 3 low-level enemies, 2 mid-level enemies, or 1 large enemy.
One big boy.
Which is like, it's like 3 goblins or 2, no, I think I have to nerf this a little bit. You can either capture 3 goblins or the equivalent of 1 goblin boss, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it basically allows you to skip a fight, if you so wish.
Neat.
And Isk, it is now your turn.
Yeah, I guess I do it.
Yeah, you plop that in. It goes ping, 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 ping. And it drops out. And you get a pretty big capsule. Like, bigger than the other 2.
Yeah, I open it.
You open it. And Thomas says, oh, yeah, you worship Pelor, correct?
Yes.
Pelor is a major god. You must be getting something pretty freaking sick out of that. And you open it up. And inside, I have to find it in my notes. Give me a second. Once a day, it allows you to use the spell Light. And basically what you can do is you can use it to cast Light without using a spell slot, or having to even know that.
Spell slot.
Yeah, you basically get this magical item it kind of looks like a sun. It's just kind of like in the palm of your hand. They had a really big packaging, but it was just like a really small sun.
That's very fucking useful.
Yeah, it allows you to cast light once a day. You can use it to blind people, or you can use it, it can also, this particular version can also use, it can counter magical darkness and non-magical darkness.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's basically like a really overpowered nightlight.
It's like one of those glow-in-the-dark stars that you stick on your bedroom wall.
Except it's the fucking sun.
That's exactly... You're literally harboring the power of the sun.
The sun is a star, but have they gotten that far in science yet?
No.
They have taught me.
You've conquered elevators, but not the knowledge of the sun. So Thomas says... that's very cool, you guys. This is some really cool items. And he looks all over your items and he says, wow, fantastic. Alrighty, I guess we can move on then. And before he moves on, you hear a huge squawking noise and all of a sudden, feathers. There's just feathers everywhere.
Jesus fucking
Just
Christ.
feathers.
And Thomas has been tackled by a large, feathered Aarakocra man who is squawking in like a very happy way. And he says, "Squawk! Are you guys new recruits?"
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
So exciting!
hi.
So exciting! What did you guys get?
I got
a
this
nightlight,
shit coin.
basically.
I got a cool net shield.
That's awesome! Awesome!
It's got a sea monster on it.
Do you want to see mine? Do you want to see mine?
Yes.
Sure.
So the Aarakocra takes out a little pouch, and basically what it does is if you put 1 coin in it at the beginning of the day, you have 20 coins at the end of the day.
Holy shit. It's just
That's
like 20.
awesome.
I love
Yeah.
it.
And he says, I'm the secretary around here, so comes in, it's very useful. Squawk! And Thomas says, please don't show off your item in front of me. And the bird,
Thomas.
I didn't get anything.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys were told, but everyone in the evil order isn't allowed to have items.
Oh.
It's kind of a way to keep us in check, I guess, he says.
Whole thing.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
It sucks.
And he says, I don't want to bring down the mood of the room. You guys all got really cool. I'm happy for you. In any case, let's move on. And the bird says, no, I want to show them all the stuff I've done, Squawk.
Kind of want to sleep.
I love this guy's voice.
Like, you seem real cool, but I haven't slept very well. I've had up through the foot. Kind of want to sleep.
I mean, you didn't take any damage from it.
So got stabbed through the foot. Let me have this.
I mean, I only took damage when we fell out of the bubble.
I got half health.
He looks at Jamie. He looks at Jamie, who is visibly. Squawk. Sorry, I'm so sorry. You probably want to go get some shut eye, huh?
It's okay. Tomorrow? Is tomorrow a good time? Does tomorrow work?
That works well for me, Squawk.
All right.
And Thomas says, I gotta get to bed too. I'm exhausted, man. I'll see you 3 a.m.
Good night.
Can you make your way back to your room just good?
Yeah, I think we can go through
Probably.
2 doors.
Alrighty, sounds great. I'll see you guys later. And
We've had a good track record with doors.
Yeah.
he grabs the Birdman, which you don't know the name of, but he drags him off. And they're gone.
All right. To sleep.
All right, you guys head back to your rooms. You get into the thing, and there's like a big scanner. Like, it's surprisingly high tech. You've never really seen this technology before, but you place your medallion over this sort of scanner, and you three are the door in there kind of opens up to a new room that you haven't seen before, and it's got one human-sized bed and a bunk bed that is like 3 times the size of a normal bed. It's
nice.
It's very much big enough for both Isk and Tisbury. And there are dressers, and there's a little bathroom on the side of it, and it's basically just like a very nice. I think my voice has gone out. Did I cut out there?
Yeah, you're cutting out a bit.
No, you're good.
Okay.
You got on that bit.
Alrighty, so it just looks like a very comfortable room, and yeah.
All right.
Neat.
Well,
Do you guys want to do anything, or are you just gonna go to sleep?
who gets top bunk?
Oh shit.
Who gets top bunk?
Who gets top bunk?
Who does get top bunk? You guys gotta figure this one out. This is very important.
Are the ceilings higher too? Because
Yeah, this is very much this is very appropriate for this. This was basically made. It's like was magicked for the both of you.
Isk, do you want top bunk?
I'll choose last.
I mean, there's just a human-sized bed there for me. I don't think you guys really want to chill in that.
I'll take bottom bunk.
Alrighty, this exciting endeavor. You guys just stood around for 10 minutes in silence. Dog,
Yeah.
please be quiet.
Dog.
Heavy silence sounds a lot like the bubble journey.
What were you guys doing in the bubble during your journey? I should ask.
I mean, I
off
literally
Bray.
was eating. Like, I muted my mic and started eating.
Okay.
I'm flipping Bray off for a straight hour.
Alrighty, so you guys getting some good old shut eye,
Sniz.
some snoozing.
Sniz.
Just for posterity's sake, her name is spelled B-R-A-E and not B-R-A-Y.
All right.
Just correcting you on that. There you go.
R.
So you guys, when you guys wake up in the morning, you wake up to a knock.
All right, yo. I'm in some fantasy PJs, but
She says, the person on the other side of the door says, I physically cannot come in until you open the door.
Oh.
all right. Let's open the
I
door.
opened
Then.
the door.
Are you?
Yeah.
What kind of
We'll
fantasy
open the
PJs?
door at the same time.
What kind of fantasy PJs are you guys wearing?
Like,
They slept in their clothes from the day before.
They
Oh.
have I have little seashells on them, and they're sweet.
I love it. I'm dying. What about you, Jamie?
kind of cut out for me.
Jamie, what pajamas are you wearing?
I'm in like a big onesie. It's fancy. It's a big onesie and it's soft.
Nice.
Fancy onesie.
You guys all open up the door, and Bray looks at the three of you, who 2 of you are in your pajamas, which are adorable, and one of you is literally in the clothes that they were in the night before. And Bray goes, I should have expected it from you 3.
I should have expected this bad attitude from you. Nice to see you in the morning too, huh?
And she
Good
says,
morning.
she says, well, I'm glad to see that one of you has manners. Anyway, I have a meeting to get off to, but the mistress wants to see the 3 of you.
Actually, hold on. I just remembered. This is unrelated to any of this. I did kill 2 of those guys, right?
2 of which guys?
Like way back then. I did the last hit on the goblin and the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I get temporary hit points from that.
But we've slept.
You've slept. This is the next day.
Do temporary hit points not?
No.
They don't carry over. It's not like an Air Miles.
You don't have a 10 hit point reward card. Just, cash that right in.
Gonna cash in that, how fucking, that would have been 10? That would have been 10.
Oh man, I could have used that.
That would have been
give
cool.
Give you my miles.
You did. Who one-shotted Harvey? Who did that?
That was Isk.
That was amazing.
That was really cool.
I'm really good at killing things, apparently.
You sure are. So Bray leads you
I'm good at
through.
shooting myself in the face with snow.
Bray brings you through. You get through the doors and back. Wait, before she does that, she says, "Are you guys gonna get dressed? Are you actually gonna go see the mistress like this?"
Yeah, no, I'd rather get dressed.
Yeah, probably.
And I'll put on some other clothes.
You close the door in her face and you go put on clothes.
I flip her off when the door's closed.
She doesn't know.
I don't care. It feels good to me.
Oh, amazing. It's just
I don't like her.
fantastic. God.
I don't like her.
Alrighty. So what are you guys kind of wearing right now? I didn't ask, like, your character. Like, what are you guys wearing?
Like, just like regular ass fantasy clothes.
Okay.
I get a picture.
Tisbury has a tank top and shorts, and you know that vest that
Fisherman's
I think
vest?
fishermen wear them, and
Yeah.
also cosmetologists. That vest.
So you've got kind of like the Margaritaville chic.
Yeah.
Yes, with a million pockets. I have this vest. I have the vest, and it has 29 pockets.
I love the picture of this guy drew.
As a reminder, because I am dumb, who here was was taken? I can't remember.
Taken?
Me. Tisbury's got like a mermaid gift.
Oh yeah,
A mermaid gift. Okay.
Jamie's fancy. There's leather armor somewhere underneath that.
Jamie looks like Napoleon Bonaparte, is what I'm hearing.
Basically.
Alrighty, so you guys head out and you're following. And Bray says,
God, we look like a fucking mess together.
Yeah, we do.
Like,
We don't have an aesthetic.
It's bad.
These aesthetics don't fit very well.
Margaritaville. The fantasy thrift store.
So she's bringing you through the hallways, and they're going to more of like the central room that you began in with the amphitheater. And when you get in there, she says, "Try not to be disrespectful to the mistress, you heathens, please. She deserves your respect."
I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
Bray brings you in, and Nero and Arthur are not there. It's just the woman in purple.
Maleficent.
You guys walk in, and she says, "Oh, thank goodness, you guys are here. Please come in, have a seat."
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you too. It's very exciting to see the three of you. Please come over and have a seat. We have a lot to talk about.
I
have a sit.
Yeah,
I do a sit.
You have a
squat.
Sit.
All right, so the three of you, are you guys sitting on the floor again, or?
You didn't tell us if there were
chairs?
Yeah, she's at a table with 4 chairs, and she's sitting in one of the chairs.
I sit in
a chair.
This time because we're not watching Uno.
Yeah, I'll take a chair
You
too.
only sit on the floor when you watch Uno.
This is more formal than Uno.
We can start Uno. I can say that I have I can say that I have a deck of Uno cards. Just on me at all times. The most serious
Loving
game
it.
of Uno.
But seriously, Maleficent says, it's very nice to meet the three of you outside of threatening to murder you. So I'm sorry about that.
Well,
It's fine.
It's okay.
yeah.
All's forgiven.
I think we're good. We're cool.
They're not trying to murder us now, so
that's
hope
great.
not.
I mean, I appreciate your forgiveness. Either way, hello. My name is Maleficent. I'm sure you guys heard that in our conversation yesterday. My fellow leaders, Arthur and Nero, are no longer here. But I thought it would perhaps be nice if I could explain to you our organization personally instead of leaving it up to Bray, who doesn't seem to like you all very much.
Yeah, no, she doesn't.
Feelings mutual with her, to me, at least.
Bray is part of the neutral sector, and Tomas, who you met yesterday and gave you a tour, he's part of the evil sector. He works underneath me. And basically, we have favored from all pantheons, pretty much all pantheons that you can think of. We are split into good, neutral, and evil. I herald the evil sector. My friends Arthur and Nero herald their respective sort of neutral and good areas. And other than that, we basically work as god interns. We do stuff for the gods.
I did hear that.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And
God
so,
interns.
yeah, I didn't want to confuse any of you through this. I wanted to sit down and explain it to you. You three are working under pretty major gods, actually. Usually, we don't have this many recruits at once, nor do we have many recruits at all. Usually these spots have already been filled. But your three gods have been empty for quite some time, so it's really great to see the three of you fill such important roles. Do any of you have much experience talking to your god? Or was this sort of like a...
No. This is kind of new?
Kind of new, yes.
Oh, alrighty. Well, I don't know how many of you guys are magic users.
Me.
Oh, well, a little solidarity here, you and me.
Does key count? Does key count?
This what?
Key, that's the monk thing.
Oh, that's so... I guess. I don't know. I must say I don't know much about monks, actually, but I want you to know that Habakkuk dresses this is out of character. I want you to know that Habakkuk does dress exactly like Jamie Buffett.
Oh my god, this is the best thing.
This is good.
When you had that call with him, he was holding a margarita.
Wasted away again.
I could hear the margarita in his voice. Margarita.
And she says, but yeah, we do stuff for gods and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, sometimes we send people on missions. We have the mission in the rec center. But, you know, outside of that, our organization is pretty simple. Unfortunately, outside of your gear, your favored status doesn't get you much. There's no immortality or anything, sorry to say.
Oh, it's fine. I'm a long death monk. That's kind of covered.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm because these roles are meant to be filled for so long, we have more elven people and like other long-lasting races in this. They're more of a majority in this organization, but it's really great to see another human and another lizard dragonborn. It's been quite a while since we've seen your guys' particular area of expertise. For right now, I don't have much for you guys to do. If you'd like, you could go to the library and research, or you could. Gosh, there's so many things great to do right here. You could go around and meet some new people, and in the middle of that, you see that great golden light again. And there is only one god in this godly sky call this time. But you see, Habakkuk.
Margaritaville's playing in the background.
Margaritaville. The Jimmy Buffett songs on loop are always playing around him. He's He's
you then for my life.
he's wearing like a fisherman's hat with like little fish hooks in it. And like he's wearing a Hawaiian pattern shirt and like cargo shorts and sandals, socks and sandals.
I'm genuinely crying out of character. I'm genuinely crying right now.
It's the best and I love it.
And he's sipping on a cool frosty drink. And
The prophet of Habakkuk.
God, amazing.
It's actually just Jimmy Buffett?
It's not actually just Jimmy Buffett. He dresses like he dresses like Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett was a bard?
Yeah, Jimmy.
He was the patron of the bard.
Yeah, there's fantasy Jimmy Buffett here, and he was a bard. And Habakkuk liked him so much that he made him a demigod.
Oh my god.
So theoretically, there can be someone here who's like, of Jimmy Buffett. That could be a thing. He's a demigod.
Jimmy Buffett is the demigod of Margaritaville, which is a real place that exists because this is fantasy and I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, no, Jimmy.
Wait, hold on.
You can canonize both Jimmy Buffett and Margaritaville.
Indeed, I can.
But does anyone here like pina coladas?
Are getting lost in the rain.
If they're not into yoga?
They've got half a brain.
If they like making love in the dunes.
I can't do this anymore. So anyway, back to the story that we made. Basically, your god, it dresses like Jimmy Buffett. But what he is about 9 feet tall in this form. And
Big Jimmy Buffett.
Big Buffett.
I don't know specifically how race works in D&D, but he's this incarnation you're seeing of him, he is a black man. Just want to point that out so it's canon so when I draw this later I'll remember. And he is just sipping on this margarita and he says, "What's up, my dude?" Hi, Tisbury. Did some good work. You know, just really living that Margaritaville life. I dig it.
Thank you.
But I do have to say, I have something important to give to you, and maybe your compatriots if they're cool with it. And Maleficent says, sir, what are you doing here? And he says, yeah, I know this is their first day on the job, but I've got a quest for y'all.
I like this already. What is this quest?
Oh, shit.
Yes, so here's my great quest. I have a problem. You guys know that I'm sort of the god of the sea and animal life and that and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a problem. Surrounding an island community sort of off the shore of Amaranth.
What's the name of this community?
It's I know you're really just going for Margaritaville, but it's not Margaritaville. There would be hell and like there'd be tsunamis up the yin yang if Margaritaville had disappeared, but no. One of my islands disappeared.
Just gone?
No, it's just gone. I haven't been able to find it at all.
It's just gone?
It's gone.
That's a weird thing for an island to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that normally happens with islands.
No.
I mean,
Islands
not
aren't known
moving
for
islands?
going away.
It basically, like, underwater, a big chunk is just, they're just like, it's gone. Like, it's just gone. I don't know where it went.
Huh.
And I would be super appreciative if you could find out where it is, because I need it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, sure, yeah, we'll try to find your island.
Yeah.
Find an island.
Yeah. And the reason
Find an island.
here's the thing. Not only is it masked from me, my godly eyes, I have strong suspicion to believe that another god was behind this.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Yeah. I don't know who it is, but if I can't find it, some mortal has clearly been given the tools to make it invisible in my eyes, and it's irritating, I should say.
Uh-huh.
So, I know you guys aren't very settled in, but I need you to go do this.
I mean, yeah, like, what
Pronto.
are we gonna do? Say no?
Well, I mean, you can. Just because you're doesn't mean I've taken away your. I mean, I kind of have. No, I'm kidding. Tisbury, don't worry about it.
No, let's do it.
Yeah. So it's about it's a couple miles off the coast of Amaranth. It's called what's a good town name for an island? What do you guys want to? This is up to you.
The island of Colada.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. The island is called Colada. I want you to know that. That's
Their main
canon
export
now.
is pineapples.
Yeah, their main export is pineapples. That's exactly.
Oh my god, this is why it's so important. He needs those sick pina coladas.
Yes, that's where I'm. This is not a goof. This is not a goof. My island is named Colada. It is a couple miles off the Sea of Amaranth, and I need you to go find it for me.
I mean, yeah, we'll try to find your island.
Thank you.
Okay.
We got this.
Yes.
We got this.
That's excellent. Thank you. I assume you've all gotten your special gifts.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome.
They're all really
Excellent.
cool.
Excellent. I'll tell Pelor and Tamora that you thought their items were super chill, because I'm sure they're glad to hear about that. I got a skedaddle because I have cheeseburgers in paradise to eat, and so I'd hate to cut this short, but I can't really give you anything. Oh, wait! Before I go, he grabs something out of his pocket, and he blows on it's like a piece of paper. He blows on it, he wipes it off, and he hands it to Tisbury and says, "I got you, homeboy," and then winks, and then he's gone.
What's it say?
Tisbury, you see, and it is an autographed picture of Jimmy Buffett.
Holy shit!
Tisbury cries.
Should I say that?
Oh. And Maleficent goes, "Is that a signed picture of Jimmy Buffett?"
We've got to frame that.
She goes, That's awesome. I wish my god gave me cool stuff like that.
That's going in the room. That has to go in the room. We need this Buffett.
It's going framed on the room. It's going on I'm on the bottom bunk. It's going on the bottom of the top bunk, so I can he will watch over me while I sleep.
Excellent.
Your savior Buffett, or your guardian Buffett.
Excellent.
Like Guardian Buffett.
I'll let you guys loose to do your thing then.